Spring Boot 4 versus Spring Boot 3 is not a small patch-level comparison. It is really a comparison between two stages of the Spring platform. Spring Boot 3.x is the mature and stable baseline that most teams know well. Spring Boot 4.0 is the next major generation, which means the dependency stack moves forward, the configuration model becomes more opinionated, and more features are exposed in first-class ways. In this presentation we are comparing the practical differences that actually affect teams, not just version numbers, but the baseline, the performance story, configuration, testing, observability, and the migration path itself. The first major difference is the dependency baseline. Spring Boot 3.5 is still on the Spring Framework 6.2 and Spring Security 6.5 generation, so it feels like the mature production line. Spring Boot 4.0 moves the platform to Spring Framework 7 and Spring Security 7, which means you are crossing into a new major ecosystem generation. That matters because the framework behavior, the integration surface, and the migration work all change together. If you want the safest bridge, 3.5 is the right step before the jump to 4.0. If you want the newest platform line, 4.0 is the destination, but you should treat it as a proper migration project rather than a routine upgrade. The performance story is more indirect than dramatic. Spring Boot 4 does not claim that your code suddenly runs twice as fast. Instead, it reduces the friction around the things that affect real performance and operability: cleaner HTTP clients, better tracing support, more integrated configuration, and less manual wiring. That means less boilerplate in client code, better context propagation in async paths, and less room for observability gaps. In production, that often feels like a performance improvement even when the raw benchmark numbers are not the headline. You spend less time guessing, less time wiring infrastructure manually, and less time chasing invisible context loss across services. Spring Boot 3.5 and 4.0 both lean towards safer configuration, but 4.0 pushes the idea further. In 3.5, some defaults already became stricter. For example, heap dump is locked down more aggressively, Boolean-enabled values are more consistent, and profile naming rules are tighter. In 4.0, the platform keeps that safer posture but adds better metadata and more explicit support for modern configuration patterns like API versioning and HTTP service clients. The direction is clear: Boot wants configuration to be more predictable, more discoverable, and harder to misread. That is good for production, but it means teams should expect a more explicit upgrade experience and should review config carefully instead of assuming old defaults still apply. One of the clearest differences in Spring Boot 4 is the client-side HTTP story. In Spring Boot 3.x, teams usually used REST client or web client with normal Spring patterns, which still required some manual setup and team conventions. In Boot 4, HTTP service clients become a first-class pattern, so you can define plain interfaces and let Spring generate the implementation. The versioning story also gets more official, with API versioning support for MVC and Webflux. That means Boot 4 is not just about making clients easier to write. It is also about making API evolution and service-to-service calls more deliberate and more consistent across teams. Testing gets noticeably more practical in Spring Boot 4. Spring Boot 3.5 already improved parts of the test story, but 4.0 adds REST test client, which gives you a cleaner way to test HTTP behavior with mock MVC or against a running server. That matters because backend teams spend a lot of time validating request and response flows, not just service methods. When the test client feels modern and consistent, It is easier to write good integration tests and easier to keep your HTTP behavior under control as your APIs evolve. This is one of those changes that does not sound dramatic at first, but it can save a lot of friction in daily engineering work. Observability becomes more centralized in Spring Boot 4. Spring Boot 3.5 already had solid support for OpenTelemetry and Service Connection SSL handling, but Boot 4 makes observability feel more native with the dedicated OpenTelemetry starter and refinements to SSL info and health. The goal is not just to export metrics and traces. It is to make the runtime easier to understand when things go wrong. In a real incident, better health and SSL signal quality can save a lot of time because you see the problem faster and with less guesswork. That is why Boot 4 feels like a better observability platform rather than just a slightly newer version. Async and infrastructure code also gets better tools in Boot 4. Both versions care about task decoration and execution context, but 4.0 expands that story by allowing multiple task decorator beans and composing them with a composite task decorator. That helps when you want cleaner context propagation for scheduled jobs or executor-based work. Boot 4 also adds the new JMS Client API, which gives messaging-heavy applications a more modern entry point. So even though this is not the flashiest part of the release, it is one of the most valuable for apps that deal with async execution, messaging, and infrastructure workflow consistency. If you step back from the features and look at the whole dependency stack, the gap becomes even clearer. Boot 4 moves to Spring Framework 7, Spring Security 7, Spring Data 2025.1, Micrometer 1.16, and other newer versions across the ecosystem. Spring Boot 3.5 is still the more conservative 6.x generation. That does not make 3.5 bad. It makes it the safer line for existing systems. But it does mean 4.0 represents a real platform shift, not a cosmetic release. If your architecture team cares about long-term alignment, Boot 4 is the line that points forward. The safest migration path still starts with Spring Boot 3.5. The Boot 4 migration guide makes that explicit. If you are on anything earlier, move to 3.5 first. That gives your team a cleaner bridge because you can deal with deprecations, configuration cleanup, and compatibility issues before taking the bigger 4.0 jump. In practice, this is the most sensible strategy for most real systems. You reduce risk, keep rollback options healthier, and avoid mixing too many platform changes at once. The upgrade is not just about code, it is also about confidence. Who should move now and who should wait? If you are starting a new service, Boot 4 is attractive because you get the newer platform immediately. If you run a large and stable fleet, 3.5 is the calmer upgrade step before you commit to the major line change. That is why upgrade decisions are not only about features, they are about organizational risk. New projects can usually absorb the newer stack faster. Large existing systems often need a bridging release, a migration plan, and more validation before they are ready. The core Spring programming model still feels familiar. Controllers, services, repositories, and the general style of building a Spring application remain the same. That is important because an upgrade should not force your whole business logic to be rewritten. The real shift is in the platform baseline, the configuration style, and the integrated features around HTTP clients, versioning, observability, and testing. So even though Boot 4 is a major release, the mental model is still Spring. The biggest learning work is understanding what changed around the edges and what to verify in your own app. So what is actually different? Spring Boot 3 is the mature stable line that many teams already trust, and Spring Boot 4 is the next platform wave. It brings newer framework versions, first-class HTTP clients, API versioning, improved testing, stronger observability, and a more opinionated configuration story. The code style is still Spring, but the platform is clearly moving forward. That is the simple answer. 3.x is the stable production baseline, and 4.0 is the newer platform generation that is worth planning for carefully.